ServiceSource was started by a small group of parents who wanted their adult children with disabilities to have the opportunity for employment. They began working with local businesses and were met with great success in finding employment for people with disabilities. ServiceSource then expanded to include employment contracts with the federal government and continued to grow in scope and expertise as well as geographically. The mission of ServiceSource is to deliver exceptional services to individuals with disabilities through innovative and valued employment, training, habilitation, housing, and support programs. Autism spectrum disorders are on the rise. Thousands of veterans are returning home with disabilities. As the need for disability services continues to grow, available dollars continue to shrink. ServiceSource is positioned to be a leader in meeting those needs and building sustainable programs. We've embarked on a $15 million capital campaign to develop a state-of-the-art disability resource center. This will increase our capacity for strategic partnerships and serve as a model for integrating community resources and creating sustainable programs. Most importantly, it'll empower people with disabilities and their families. ServiceSource is a financially strong and fiscally responsible organization with a 40-year history of providing a broad range of exceptional services to individuals with disabilities. What sets us apart is the breadth and depth of services we provide: direct employment, job placement, intensive habilitation, housing, and specialized support for specific populations. These are just a few of the areas in which we excel. We're in the strategic role of not only being a service provider, but also a leader in organizing other community resources to develop effective and sustainable solutions. ServiceSource is unique. We're a merger of 5 separate nonprofits governed by one voluntary board of directors. This allows for extensive organizational supports, something that many local organizations can't afford. It also gives us financial stability, a solid foundation for maximum reinvestment into programs and services that directly benefit people with disabilities. We're proud to say that more than 92% of our revenue and all of our foundation donations go directly to programs. We support specialization in a broad range of services and take leadership in meeting new and evolving needs. Every year, ServiceSource develops a comprehensive strategic plan, identifying specific issues, measurable goals, actions, and resources necessary to fulfill our mission. Throughout the year, we track our progress, including the number of people we serve, directly employ, and help place with outside employers. Within 5 years, ServiceSource facilitated a 15% increase in the number of people with disabilities served and a 36% increase in the number employed. Many think of us as a direct employment organization. However, most of the people we serve are involved in other programs: habilitation, vocational evaluation, job skills training, job placement, benefits planning, housing, and many other services. Specialized services like our Warrior Bridge Veterans Outreach and Autism Spectrum Disorders programs, or our Family Support Net, expand upon our core services to address specific and unique needs. When ServiceSource began, we served less than 100 people with disabilities. Over the years, that number has grown to more than 15,000. Financially and in terms of mission impact, ServiceSource ranks as one of the top 5 nonprofits of its kind nationwide. We've seen annual growth of 22% and more than a threefold increase in the number of people with disabilities served. In a struggling economy where many nonprofits have downsized or even closed, ServiceSource has continued to expand our impact and geographic reach. ServiceSource has felt the pressure of being between the needs of the disability community and the diminishing dollars available. We've been challenged by significant reductions in federal employment contracts and funding cuts to critical rehabilitation programs. We responded by pursuing new and emerging lines of business that have expanded our employment capabilities. We've also developed strategic partnerships with local community businesses, government entities, nonprofit, and corporate partners. In this way, we've bridged the gaps for individuals with disabilities and created sustainable opportunities that benefit the entire community. We need to sustain our critical programs and meet the growing needs of people with disabilities into the future. To that end, ServiceSource has embarked on a $15 million capital campaign to develop a state-of-the-art disability resource center in Northern Virginia. This will bring an array of disability resources and partners together, allowing us to serve more people and expand our scope of services. It will also support our local and national programs and serve as a model for empowering people with disabilities to meet their personal and professional goals and positively impact the community. ServiceSource has 2 local programs underway, Family Support Net and Warrior Bridge, that with additional resources could have a significant national impact. Family Support Net addresses the long-term needs of people with disabilities and their caregivers and helps families assess their current situation and prepare for any changes in support needs in the future. For wounded veterans returning to civilian life, Warrior Bridge is a critical connection to employment, community resources, and veteran-specific support. Both programs address unmet needs in the community and improve the lives of people with disabilities and their families.